This is Daily Politics on Trust TV. I'm Abdullahi Ahmed. Thank you most kindly for joining us. Tonight on the program, our focus will be on the ongoing crisis in the People's Democratic Party, PDP, where the Turaki-led National Working Committee, backed by some governors, claim to have INEC's recognition and is consolidating control over Nigeria's foremost opposition party. At the party's flag presentation for the Ekiti governorship candidate, Turaki boasted of support from party structures and the Electoral Commission. But the other side, the Wike camp, disagrees, insisting INEC recognizes the caretaker leadership. As both factions assert control, top members, including governors, continue to weigh shifting allegiances, with some moving towards the ruling APC. On the program tonight, we first speak with Umar Sani, also known as the Cat, a chieftain of the PDP on the side of the Turaki-led PDP, to set some context to these developments. And of course, much later, we'll speak to Barrister Okechukwu Osuaha, representing the Wike-backed faction of the PDP, to also balance the equation as we understand the unraveling of the People's Democratic Party, PDP. But first things first, let's bring you up to speed with some of the day's latest political developments.
The Senate Committee on Foreign Affairs on Thursday screened former ministers Fani Kayode and Abdurrahman Dambazo for ambassadorial appointments. Both nominees had previously undergone full Senate screenings during their earlier ministerial confirmations. The EFCC is expected to charge former Minister of Labour and Productivity Chris Ngige to court today. He was taken from his Abuja residence on Wednesday by about 20 operatives from the Commission's Wuse 2 Zonal Office, described by a family source as a commando-style raid. ICPC operatives reportedly stormed the IHS Tower office in Wuse 2, Abuja, on Thursday and threatened to open fire. Witnesses said they seized over 40 phones, laptops and smartwatches from staff. The incident happened during a World Human Rights Day presentation by Amnesty International. Bayelsa State Deputy Governor Lawrence Erujapo was rushed to the Federal Medical Center, Yenagua, after collapsing in his office on Thursday. Security personnel later sealed up the hospital as senior government officials visited. Efforts to reach his media aide, Dobara Atasi, were unsuccessful.
All right, some of the latest developments there. The last story about the health condition of the Deputy Governor of Bayelsa State is a developing story, and we're going to keep tabs as continues to unfold on the status of his health condition as we continue to monitor that development from Bayelsa. Let's get back to our main conversation of the night. The ongoing crisis, the unraveling of one of Nigeria's foremost political parties, the People's Democratic Party. The unraveling continues to grab headlines as the back and forth continues about who is the rightful leader of the PDP. Is it tinubu Turaki who emerged after that much contested outcome of the Ibadan convention? Or is it the Wike camp who continues to, in one way or the other, show their own side of the argument? One particular thing that is not contested, however, is the shutdown of the Wadata Plaza, which is hosting the PDP Secretariat, going into its third week now. And we saw that showdown that remained etched in the memories of most Nigerians who saw the back and forth, the grandstanding, if you will, of all the parties involved. But what does this say about the future of the PDP, as yet again one of its governors has left the umbrella to join the Accord Party? Speaking of Governor Deleke of Osun State, who is preparing for the upcoming gubernatorial election, saying, quote, he is joining Accord Party to save his own political skin because there is a lot of uncertainty about the PDP. Let's bring in our guest, Alhaji Umar Sani, also known as the Cat, to bring some context into this one. Alhaji, it's good to see you again. I'm not sure if it's fair to introduce you as a PDP chieftain, because according to Senator Anyao, you have been expelled from the PDP.
Yes. I don't know how Ayawo got the power to expel me, because he has already been expelled at our convention in Ibadan. So you cannot be an expelled member and then begin to expel somebody. And if he has to expel me, there are procedures for expulsion. Has he followed the due process? Was I invited? Was I before any disciplinary committee? Was there any? There was nothing. They just felt that they should just write some names and then throw it into the public space and believe they have expelled them.
Isn't that what your side did?
No, we didn't do that.
With the expulsion of the likes of Nelson Wike?
Everybody that you saw that was expelled on our side had either a letter of warning, a letter of caution, and he has faced the disciplinary committee. If he has not failed the disciplinary, he was invited and he failed to appear before the disciplinary committee. So these were the issues that were raised. We also suspended them, which we notified INEC. So there was no where we didn't follow due process. And when we went to Ibadan Convention, it was time for us to take a vote. And their expulsion, you know, the Chief Olabode George, with the former deputy national chairman of the party, moved a motion for their expulsion, and they were expelled. So we have followed all the laid down processes in our constitution.
Right. Nigerians every day for the past couple of months, or for every week when the PDP is in the news, have had to say, listen, the PDP keeps giving us reason why they're not the alternative because of the chaos within. Do you believe that your party continues to let Nigerians down who, for one reason or the other, may have considered the PDP as an alternative come 2027?
No, the PDP is still viral, is still strong, and is still kicking. Now, those who have planned to exterminate PDP have already made their intentions known earlier on. For instance, Nyesom Wike has said that the only condition for peace within the PDP is that we must agree that we are not going to field a presidential candidate in 2027. This he told the Ambassador Hassan Adamu, the Wakiling Adamawa committee that was set up to reconcile the two sides. He said, unless we agree that we are not going to field a presidential candidate. And we said, no, that is impossible. We must present a presidential candidate in 2027, and we hope to dislodge President Ahmed tinubu from power. If you say you are a member of the PDP, there are certain things that must be very clear. One, you must show that even in your state, PDP has control. Now, he allowed PDP to lose local government elections to APC in Rivers State. Secondly, he allowed Amaule, his own people. The reason why he's causing the chaos was to give him the leverage to be able to argue that the PDP is not one. So
isn't that obvious that PDP is not one?
Who caused it? He was the one who caused the problem.
But does that really matter? Who caused the problem?
Yes, it is a problem. When you cause it because you want to gain something in front, he created a division so that he would give an excuse for Amaule and the rest to decamp. Now, doesn't that ring a bell? And then thirdly, what we want him to do as a loyal PDP member, if he says he's a PDP member and he has not been expelled, for him to say that in 2027 we are going to dislodge Bola Tinubu, because that's what the PDP wants to do. So if he is not aligning with those things, he is not a PDP member. He has no PDP in his mind. He doesn't have PDP in his blood. His assignment is to destroy the PDP, and the PDP is like a beetle.
And is it fair then to say that he is succeeding if, quote unquote, that is his assignment? Well, because the PDP looks like a defeated, or at least a shadow of itself.
But how can you say that the PDP is defeated? First and foremost, we set out to do the Ekiti gubernatorial primaries. Anyanwu wrote a letter to INEC to say that primary has been suspended. That's their own faction. INEC replied them to say that they cannot recognize their letter, which is, the letter is clearly in the public domain. And now, since the letter could not be, they said, according to them, that letter that was written by INEC to them was standing mutatis mutandis with us, that it also affected us. But it doesn't affect us because INEC didn't write to us to say they are not recognizing what we have written. INEC accepted our own letter, and decided to act on it. And in that respect, we have because we have told INEC that Anyanwu, Bature, and Kamaluddin Ajibade, our national legal advisor, and two others have been suspended from the party. And so we use our deputy national secretary as somebody who should be writing, and which we introduced. And so in that respect, we have a clear mandate from INEC. Secondly, we have gone to Osun and we have conducted gubernatorial primaries in Osun. In fact, I went to do the 3 months.
Did you?
Yes. I went.
Really? We saw what happened in Osun, and it was anything but a clear-cut primaries.
INEC was there. We have submitted the report. In fact, I was the one that went to do the 3-man delegate before the primaries. I was the chairman of the 3-man delegate committee. So I went there and conducted the 3-man delegate, and former minister Humphrey Abba chaired the committee that went to conduct the primaries. And INEC was represented by 5 people at the occasion. And after that, after the primaries and the results were signed, we gave INEC the result there and then. Right. So if INEC has been attending only our function, what will you see? Let's
be clear about certain things, because last month, INEC had to clarify its relationship, or at least the alleged correspondence between INEC and the Turaki-led National Working Committee, because in no unclear terms, INEC said that the document that the Turaki-led National Working Committee was using is quote-unquote a forgery, because it said in that letter that it unequivocally states that the correspondence did not emanate from the office of the Secretary to the Commission, nor any official channel of INEC. And if we can just put up that letter that INEC put out last month. It said preliminary finding indicates that the signature of the Secretary to the Commission was forged by unscrupulous elements. Consequently, the general public, political parties, and the media are strongly advised to disregard the contents of the said correspondence in its entirety, as it is a fake.
We have not,
INEC does not.
We have never put out any document.
Yeah, but you just acknowledge that INEC recognized your primaries in Ekiti State.
Yes.
It is saying that that's not true.
No. You can't say that that's not true, because even yesterday, we showed clearly the INEC form that were given to us to give our candidate to fill.
Is there a chance that that was also another forgery?
How can we forge INEC documents?
I mean, the press statement says so.
The press statement perhaps was misinterpreted. But INEC couldn't have said they don't recognize the Ekiti because they were there.
But INEC is saying that, look at the letter, Alaji, and I'm sure you understand how this works. This is coming from the Director of Voter Education and Publicity. It says the purported correspondence on resolution of the PDP National Working Committee meeting and postponement of Ekiti state congresses and governorship primaries is basically a farce. They don't recognize
perhaps you don't understand this letter. It is the letter that was written by the Anyanwu faction requesting for postponement. This is not coming from us. This letter was written to Anyanwu requesting for postponement of our gubernatorial primaries, which INEC rejected. That is the essence of this letter.
Yeah. Well, they are saying that their correspondence to acknowledge that they deny acknowledging the postponement itself is fake.
That is what I'm telling you.
Right.
That thing is not even coming from us. It has no business with us.
Yeah, but that is INEC saying they have not acknowledged turning down the requests of the Anyanwu camp, essentially.
Well, if they say they have not turned down the request, how does it affect us? It doesn't affect, because they have accepted ours. What is important to us is whether they are accepting our own or not. And they are accepting our own. And that's just it.
So, talk to me then about the plans of the other camp, because they've met just this past week, I believe, and they're making plans to hold some state congresses. They are also planning a national convention that I believe is billed to take place in Kano. This parallel faction of the PDP itself. What does that say about what's to come? And obviously, you have governors like Governor Ademola Adeleke, who has decided to jump ship and side with Accord Party. Says quite a lot that even your governors are aware of the dangers that lie ahead electorally. What does that say about the PDP today?
Okay, let me tell you, first and foremost, this is the Congress status of our party. What they went to do was to lie when every Congress has been completed. We have done all the Congresses in every state, and we have their state chairman there. So they went to the court of Omotosho to lie that 14 Congresses were outstanding. When all of them, every state has a chairman who was elected during our Congresses. So this is the status. You can see it. It's the Congress status update. This was not made by me. This is...
I mean, it was made by your camp.
No, it was not made by our camp. It was made by the staff of the PDP, not us, not our camp. This is a progress. The staff of the PDP are not, they do not belong to any camp.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, of course. They just work with...
The Secretariat has no dog in the fight?
There are no dog in the fight. The Secretariat is for anybody that has been recognized.
By the way, you all have been working from home, so to say, because neither of the camps is actually occupying Wadata Plaza, which has been shut down since the infamous fight that we saw. So where is the Secretariat of the PDP right now?
We have another office, which we have opened and which is operational, and we hold meetings there. Now, it doesn't have to be in Wadata Plaza.
And that is officially your Secretariat. That is the Secretariat that INEC recognizes.
No, we don't.
It does matter where your Secretariat is.
No. You can move your Secretariat anytime.
But the regulator has not acknowledged the movement of that. You go to the INEC website today and you check the official...
Can you check now?
Office. Yes, we can check now.
We'll check now and see.
And I can assure you we're going to find that the official address of the PDP Secretariat...
I'm giving you the opportunity to check.
Right, but go ahead. Where is the official... Where does Tanimu Turaki operate from now? Tanimu
Turaki operates from a registered office.
Which is... Is it a secret?
No, it's not a secret. It's in town.
Right.
Why we are not revealing it? Everybody knows we go to an office and we operate. But because our opponent is the minister of the FCT.
You think he doesn't know where you operate from?
He knows, but if we now make it public, he will now look for a way to use and try to seal the place. So that's why we don't want to make it public. He is using the advantage that he's the minister of the FCT. All our offices that were locked were as a result because he's a minister of the FCT and he's backed by the security agencies. Yesterday we held a meeting.
Okay.
In that meeting we applied for 25 police officers and they came to that meeting and they were doing their job. And when the police realized that it was our side that invited them, they asked them to return back to the police headquarters.
So, we're just going to share a screenshot of what you have on the INEC website, just so we're clear. If the producers can just put it up on the screen. As far as INEC is concerned, this is what they have on the PDP profile on their website. People's Democratic Party National Chairman, they still recognize Ambassador Ilya Umar Damagun. National Secretary, Senator Samuel Naimeka Anyao. National Treasurer, Honorable Ahmed Yari Mohammed. And we go down to the address. It says plot 1970 Wadata Plaza, Michael Okpara Way, Wuse Zone 5, Abuja.
But we have been operating at Legacy House. Has INEC ever said...
Without the acknowledgement of INEC?
INEC knows that we have...
So where are you getting this notion that INEC recognizes the Tanimu Turaki-led National Working Committee? Because that is the bone of contention.
Perhaps you want me to be repeating myself.
Yeah, but where is the evidence?
No, you don't need... The evidence you need is when you take steps to do certain things and INEC comes there to help supervise that. Now, where is there...
Was INEC in Oyo for the Ibadan convention?
I can't say. I'm only telling you where I know INEC is. Now, I know that INEC was in Osun State when we did our primaries, and I know that INEC was in Ekiti State when we did our primaries. And the other side...
But they were not in Ibadan?
I don't know. I can't say. The ones I know that was made public, I don't monitor INEC.
But if INEC
my own job is not to monitor INEC. Is to monitor whether what we do is accepted or not. That's all.
But Alhaji, what do you say to people who say that you are not telling the whole truth because INEC monitoring the convention does matter?
No. Even in the Electoral Act, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter
whether
INEC
matter.
Is there
they
or
say
not?
INEC may decide to come or not.
Right.
That's what the Electoral Act says. So why would it... Let me give you an example.
Saying that it doesn't matter if the regulator or political parties...
Let me go. Right. Don't stop me. Now, Julius Abure held a convention in Anambra, and INEC was not there. And INEC came out publicly to say, we do not recognize him.
When did INEC say that exactly?
I
think there are people who challenged his position.
INEC said, INEC came out clearly to say that convention is not recognized by them. Now, it was nobody who challenged it. They said it was not recognized because they did not monitor it. Now,
Abure is actually being recognized by INEC right now by court order.
Hold on. You are trying to put the cart before the horse. Listen to me first. Don't tell me what I'm going to say.
I'm only stating the facts.
No. That's what I'm saying. Now, when Abure went to court, INEC was forced to recognize him.
Right.
So what I'm telling you now is INEC will play safe now because all matters are in court. What the judgment they said they got, we have appealed against them. So they are waiting for the result of the appeal court before they can come out publicly to say, yes, this is the people they acknowledge. But they know the truth. They know which side, because I don't want to say faction, because there is no faction in the PDP. Because the Electoral Act says such type of things can only be referred to as disputes and not factions. Only when a court makes a declaration that there is a faction in a political party, that thing is recognized as a faction. But if there is no declaration by any court to say that there is a faction, it amounts to dispute.
In the final analysis, you see some of your governors jumping ship, right? The governor of Taraba State, Abu Kefas, is billed to decamp or leave the party next year. We understand that plans are already underway to welcome Governor Muftuang of Plateau State into the fold of the APC. It remains to be seen. However, you've lost one certainly ahead of the Osun governorship election, and his admission that he needs to save his political career is also something that directly points to how someone like Governor Adeleke understands the risks of accepting to be the PDP flag bearer going into next year's election in Osun State. Isn't that the big picture here? That there is uncertainty about what could actually happen in the next couple of months regarding who is actually supposed to be the leader of the PDP?
There is no uncertainty.
Then why is Governor Adeleke joining Accord Party?
Well, I am not Governor Adeleke. But what I can say, because that's his decision to make. Now, I don't know what motivated him to take that decision.
He did tell us.
No
certainty in PDP.
Wait, hold on. I don't know what motivated him. That's uncertainty. How did he realize that there is no uncertainty? That's what I'm trying to tell you. How did he arrive at that there is no uncertainty? That is his decision. Now, the PDP has now conducted primaries. And he has tried several times to stop us from conducting the primaries. Because he said, I spoke to his chief of staff, who told me that, please, we should not conduct those 3 delegates election and primaries. Because he said the people of Osun only recognize the umbrella. And so if PDP feels somebody, either PDP...
Wasn't he your adopted sole candidate?
No, we didn't adopt him. We have already done primaries. We have a candidate. His name is Frayo. We have a candidate. We have already submitted his name. When I conducted the 3-man delegate, INEC gave me a code to upload the result of the 3-man delegate. That is to tell you where INEC is. Anytime we do something, INEC gives us the nod to do it.
And so how come they have not updated the profile of the PDP on their website?
See, updating profile is not something that is immediate.
Why not? I mean,
it is not immediate.
When was this convention? This convention is almost a month.
It's not
old
up to.
now.
It's not up to a month.
Almost a month.
Yes,
now.
it's not up to a month.
Today is December 11th.
Like
so
I told you, why are you bothering yourself about updating? Because the matter is in court. INEC is being cautious. They are being cautious. Why are you talking about updating? I'm telling you that these matters are in court, and INEC has to be careful not to offend the courts. Now, but they know the truth. So why are we repeating the same thing?
And the truth is there are multiple court orders that stopped INEC from taking part in the convention that happened in Ibadan, which essentially put Turaki in the position he is in today.
No, the court orders didn't stop. Perhaps you have not read the court orders.
I've read what Justice Omotosho had to say about INEC not taking part in it.
Okay, what did he say?
There's the...
No. Wait, hold on.
Essentially, yeah, I'm getting to the point.
Okay, what did he say?
There's the case regarding Sule Lamido and his participation.
You are going back to another court.
No, I'm saying...
Justice Lifu.
Yeah, I'm saying
what I'm saying about Justice Omotosho, first, what did he say?
So you're cherry-picking which court order?
No, I'm taking the two.
Yeah.
One, Justice Omotosho said that when we do our congresses and we put our house in order, we should write to INEC. He didn't stop us from conducting the convention. He said we should write to INEC and take another date. But that is not stopping us from convention. Secondly, Justice Lifu did not say we should stop. He only said we should include Sule Lamido. We should clear him, allow him some time to campaign, and then we should go ahead with the convention.
And did that happen?
So nobody...
Yeah, and did that happen?
Wait, hold on first. Nobody said we should not do the convention.
I mean, there were preconditions.
Yes.
And you did not meet those preconditions?
No, we are satisfied that we met these conditions. And when we meet conditions, well, hold on. When we meet those conditions, we don't go back to the court. We go to INEC. And because we know that we have met the condition as set out by Justice Omotosho, we didn't have to go back to anybody because INEC monitored all our congresses. So we have satisfied that already because the information that was provided to the judge was distorted information. But INEC knows the correct information. Right. So when we have the correct information and we have given it to INEC, INEC knows what to do. They understand that this is the correct thing. And in the second one, the law says what is very fundamental to convention are three. One, you notify INEC, giving them 21 notice. For INEC to acknowledge that that notice was received by them. And number three, for it to ascertain that before that, there was an NEC meeting that actually sanctioned the convention. And we have fulfilled all those requirements. Any other thing, if Sule Lamido is complaining, that is his personal grievance. And a personal grievance does not translate into the nullification of a valid convention, which has followed the laid down procedure as enshrined in the Electoral Act and all relevant statutes.
So, a couple of things that are uncontestable that I believe you cannot challenge is the fact that the National Secretariat, as things stand right now, is inaccessible to both parties.
Well, that one is...
Another thing.
It is
another thing.
Wait, hold on. That one is as a result of government interference.
Right, okay.
Otherwise, we could have gotten our secretariat. But we have filed a suit in court challenging the closure of that federal secretariat, and we are saying that government police should open that our secretariat. Okay. The suit is before Justice Joyce Abdulkadir.
Right. Until it is determined you don't have access to the secretariat.
We will have access.
Okay. I mean, when it does, perhaps then we can acknowledge that. And finally, INEC's recognition of the leadership of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, right now is pending at best. Because if Nigerians today have to rely on factual information that they can verify, INEC does not recognize either of the camps.
No.
As things stand right now.
No. Please, do not misrepresent the facts.
That is the fact that we have at the moment.
No, that is the fact you have at the moment. But that is not the fact that is available at the moment.
Is there any document
what you do it? Is it by document? You can be recognized by action. Recognition does not have to be by document. It can be recognized by action. Now, if INEC is all the time attending our functions, giving us their forms, giving us their codes to upload, that is recognition by action.
Right, but they're not willing to recognize you in public.
Because the matter is before courts. They don't want to offend the courts.
Okay. All right. This is a developing issue, interesting one, especially for Nigerians who are concerned about the future of Nigerian politics and the election that is due to come in 2027. Well, time should tell whether PDP will overcome this one. But
no, we have already overcome it. Let me give you...
We have to wrap things up.
Before you wrap it up, this is very important.
Right.
Now, PDP has got... Yesterday, the Wike faction reached out to Bala and Sheyi that there is no need for us to continue to go to court. Let us sit down and resolve this matter. Right. And both of them said the only resolution that can happen is that, one, that convention cannot be touched, and the outcome of the convention, members of nobody will be touched. We can't juggle them. That's the only condition that will make them to sit down. Otherwise, we should continue the way we are. Right. So you can see that even they recognize that, yes, we're ahead of them.
Okay, it's a fight to the finish. That's how it looks, at least from the outside looking in. Alhaji, always a pleasure. Thank you so much for a spirited conversation. I appreciate it very much.
It's my pleasure.
For the analysis. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
all right.